Alright, so I'm going to show how to replace the charge port or the DC jack on this Dell Inspiron 13 7000 2-in-1. Alright, so first what you want to do, make sure it's off, of course. Flip it over. I'm going to have to open this thing up. Hopefully they got the right part. Alright, here's the charge port. Okay, so we're going to have to use a PH1 or JIS1 screwdriver. Remove all the screws from the bottom. So there's 1, 2, it's stuck, 3. Some of the screws actually stay in, so at least I think on this model, maybe that screw stays in there because it doesn't want to come out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, alright, and 10. Alright, so remove all 10 screws. I think this one stays in. It doesn't want to come out, so we're going to leave that there. After you do that, you want to open it up slightly. Let's see, is the gap there? Okay, so there's a little gap here. You can use a pry tool. I use my fingernails. Then I go in there, and then I use my fingernails to pull on that while I push with my thumbs on the back. And that pops the clips out. Okay, just like this. Okay, and I'm just going to go all the way around. I know it's hard to see what I'm doing, but hopefully you get the point. Just like this. Uh-oh, another person's calling. I'm going to have to answer them later. So here you can see the clips are coming out. Okay, you just want to go all the way around. Come on. There we go. Alright, once you get all those clips up, you should be able to lift this out. There's some more clips back here actually. Get those out as well. Okay, and hopefully we can lift the cover off just like that. Okay, and this screw stays in because this little adhesive thing there. So there we go, we got that out. We're going to change out the charge port here. There is just one screw. They were saying the fan was also making some weird noises, so we're going to take a look at that. So the charge port comes out like this. I just use my fingernails on the wings like this and kind of wiggle it as I pull it, just like that, and it comes right out. Alright, there we go. So this replacement one, the connector is white, but hopefully everything else is the same. So here you can see it's like this, okay? And then they just kind of bent it out that way. So we're going to plug this in, okay? Make sure you have it the right way. So here you can see the pins. You want the pins actually facing down. So we'll plug that in, just like that. Squeeze the two pieces together so that way it clicks into place. And then we're going to have to bend this a little bit and put that right there. There we go. Then we'll grab the screw, put that screw back in. Okay. That was easy enough to replace. The fan, he said, is making some weird noises sometimes. Let's see. It sounds normal to me, so I don't know. Maybe some dirt or something was getting in it. I do see a lot of dust in there, so I'm going to clean that out. Maybe that's what was happening. Okay. Clean out the dust. If you want, you can open it up with the screwdriver. Hopefully it's just these two screws. Alright, I'm just doing a quick repair on this. Normally, if you work on this, if you're working on like these big connectors, especially this LCD LVDS connector, you want to disconnect the battery and press and hold the power button for about 10 to 15 seconds to drain any power from it. If you don't, you can risk damaging the computer pretty badly. Okay, so there we go. Getting the fan out, and I'm just cleaning the dust out of this. It does feel a little rough, so I guess I'll clean up the fan too. Okay, fan connector comes out, you just wiggle it like this. Let me actually show the battery so you guys don't ruin your computer. But same thing, I just grab the wings if I can and kind of wiggle it, but this one it's like really stuck. So I might have to do it with this little piece here. There's a little notch there. So what you do, you usually find like a flathead screwdriver or something that fits that notch perfectly. let's see here. You can also use like a smaller, let's see, maybe a T5, or no, that's too small. Let's try like a T8. Nope, that's too big. I'm gonna use one of these hex ones, 1/16. So just find something that fits this little notch, and then you can use that to kind of like pull on it. If it doesn't work, wow, that thing's stuck in there really strong. We might have to lift the battery out first, or yeah, lift the back of the battery out first. But let's try it. Kind of wiggling it and pulling it. It's barely coming out. Yeah, this one, let's undo the battery cable so that we have more room to work. So let's remove the screws here. There's one on each corner. Okay, let's remove the screws from this. There, and then remove the two down here. Alright. You have to be careful because the speaker wire is running along the bottom of it, so you can't just lift it straight up. Okay, be careful. Unroute this speaker wire, okay, just like this. There we go, and then lift this up. Now that we got the battery slightly out, if you're wondering, the battery model number is F62G0. Okay, so now that we got this slightly up, I'm going to try and get this cable out. It is stuck in there pretty strong. Usually it helps to kind of wiggle it as you pull it. And just slowly keep doing this, and eventually it will pop out. There you go, just like that. There we go, we got the battery out. This battery's slightly inflated, so it might need to be replaced soon. But anyways, we're going to open this up. And then press and hold the power button for about 10 to 15 seconds. This will drain any power that's in the rest of the board. Usually the only time I do this is if I'm replacing a really big component connector like these, or the LCD LVDS. It's very important for these. Usually the keyboard backlight cable like this, this little LED, and the trackpad cable, those you don't really need to do this. The RAM doesn't seem replaceable. I believe it's underneath these pads. And then there's a M.2, this looks like a SATA, yeah, M.2 SATA SSD. So you can remove it, you just take this one screw out, and it just pops up slightly at an angle, and then you can wiggle and pull it out just like that, okay? I'm going to leave that in there. I just took that out just to kind of show you guys. And all these little connectors, they have these tabs. You just flip them up, and then you can pull the connector out. So I'm going to leave those, but there's this tab here for the backlight one. It's on the other side. You got the keyboard tab, and then you got the one for the trackpad. All right. Then you got the LCD LVDS connector here. There's a little metal tab that you have to flip up. If you watch my other videos, I show that, but basically same thing with this one. There's some adhesive holding it down, but then after you remove it, you can flip up this metal tab like that, and then you can pull the connector straight back. So I'm going to leave that in there because I don't want to risk damaging anything I don't need to. Then there's also the wireless card here. One screw holds that, comes out like the SSD, and then there's the antennas underneath this metal tab. Just pull up on the tail. You don't want to pry up from the connector, okay? But that's how you would do it. Anyways, this fan, I mean, it seems mostly good, but I guess I'll fix it anyways because he said it's having some issues. So the way I fix this kind of fan, there's actually these plastic tabs here. Hopefully this fan will come apart after I cut those. So I'm going to cut these plastic tabs. Okay. I just use the razor blade like this, and then I just slice it. Be careful not to slice your hand. You want to hold your hand, keep your hand away from the blade, or your thumb away from the blade as you kind of slice this. And if you slowly like slice it back and forth like that, there's very low risk that you'll like slice forward and cut yourself. But yeah, it's always good to keep your hand out of the way just in case. If you put too much pressure, like trying to just push through and slice it, then there's a very good chance you'll end up cutting yourself. So be careful doing this. Okay. All right. Go. All right, and the last one up here, it's a little bit weird because there's a foam piece in the way. Go. Okay. All right, hopefully once we got all of those out, we can lift this metal plate off, okay? Just like this. And then we will have to replace this with some tape or something, okay? just like that, and then hopefully we can pull this up. If we can't, then I don't think we can repair this fan. Oh, it looks like it won't come off actually. So sometimes you can pull these propeller blades off depending on the fan, how they designed it, but this one is stuck on there. So what I'm going to do is just clean this dust out. Okay, and hopefully that will be good enough because I don't feel like it's that bad. Let me see underneath the sticker. Some models underneath the sticker, there's a removable plastic piece that you can put. This one is metal, it looks like, so you can't really do anything with that. Okay, so we're going to put that back together. Let me check the fan. I don't know, that seems fine to me. I do feel a little vibration, but it's not that bad. So it should be okay. I'm going to put it back. It might be the noise he's talking about is like it's getting too hot and it's running louder. But I'm going to snap that back in, and then I'm going to put a little tape on there. If you want, you can put glue or something instead, but I like to use tape in case I ever need to take it back out. Though in this case, we probably won't ever need to take it back out because it's not repairable, this fan. But anyways, I'm going to get a little bit of tape, and then we're just going to put that tape over it. So let me cut this tape. Okay. All right. So I just cut a piece of tape like this, and then I make little tabs like this. And then wherever there was one of those things, I try and put it close by and just wrap the tape over it just like that. Okay. You don't need, oops, you don't need it to have it on over every tab, but it will help secure it. Usually it doesn't come out, so it's not really a big deal. But okay. And sometimes these tabs are in not a very good spot, so but if you can't get it, you can just move it somewhere kind of close to it. All right, there we go. Two more. See, this one, it kind of lumps out, so I'm actually going to put the tape to the side of it, so that way it can get a better grip. If you want, you can put another one to the side of it, just like this. There we go, and then I'll put this last one here. Is it too big? I need to cut it smaller. Okay, just like that. And I got a little bit extra, so I'm just going to put it over here in this corner where there's nothing. Okay, there we go. So we got the fan put back together. I'm going to get the fan, put it back there, plug that back in. You want to squeeze both sides together when you plug it back in to prevent pushing the connector off the board. Okay, just like that. And then get this back in, make sure the cable goes back into the slot there. Right, there we go. And now we'll put back the fan screws. There's only the 2 screws. Usually I'll put them in loosely first, and then after that I push the fan towards the heatsink. Okay, these foam pads are supposed to help guide the air to just go out here, but they don't seal it very well, so actually the air starts going out towards the sides too. Okay, so there we go. Now we're going to put the battery back in, just like this. Grab the battery, line up the connector. Okay, try and grab the wings, and then pinch it together. The wings are hidden underneath the tape, so it's hard to see, but yeah. All right, there we go. Put back in the screws. Battery, just like that. Okay, the last 2 screws down here. Okay, and then now we just put the cover back on. Are there any special? Sometimes you have to put one side first so you don't end up breaking anything, but this one looks like you can just snap it all at the same time, doesn't matter. Okay, there we go, and then we will put the screw back in. I'm actually going to test and make sure it's charging right now. So let me get this and plug it in. They said the charging is intermittent. Sometimes it'll charge, sometimes it won't. So hopefully after changing that charge port, the problem is fixed. Otherwise, it might be this charger went bad, or the charge port, or not the charge port, or the, what do you call? The motherboard might be damaged. Okay, so let's see. Plug that in. This light. Okay, so that light is staying on. That's a good sign. That means it's charging. And let's open it up. Okay, I don't hear anything yet, so turn it on. And then what I like to do is press F2 to go to the BIOS. And then while you're in the BIOS, you can click the battery information. And here you can see charging, fair, AC adapter, 45 watts. So we're good to go. That should be it. Hopefully this video helped you guys. If it did, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.